Wait a second, Wyatt. It says there's an error. Okay. We got a couple viewers here. For those of you that are joining us, thanks for your patience here. We, of course, it wouldn't be a live webinar if there were not some technical difficulties. So we're going to see if we can get this fixed here. Guys, I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna reload the feed here. Okay, bear with us here. And okay, we are live on LinkedIn, and it seems like we're live on YouTube. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us for today's webinar. For the people that are joining us live, it's great to see you. My name is Matt Kretzmann. I'm here broadcasting. That sounds really old school. Broadcasting from Dallas, Texas, and we just had a massive hailstorm come through, which completely demolished my car. So I'm glad that I'm actually here today, and it's pretty wild outside, guys. I want to go around the circle here and make some introductions. And you guys can, of course, tell us where you're tuning in from. We're an international audience today, so we've got some speakers from all over the world, and we're very excited to talk about today's agenda, which is AI's role in reshaping data strategies for 2024. Obviously, a lot of hot things are happening in AI. I'm sure this is going to be highly relevant for you that are tuning in and giving you some practical tips and insider secrets for how these guys are using data, analytics, AI, all of those wonderful new technologies that are progressing and advancing so fast to optimize businesses and achieve outcomes faster and more efficiently. So we do have a couple special prizes now. This wouldn't be a webinar if it were not for a little bit of fun and prizes. Who likes prizes? For those of you that are joining and watching in live, I would love for you to put in the chat where you're joining us from. Drop your LinkedIn URL in the chat wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's YouTube or if it's LinkedIn. We've got the stream on a couple different locations, my personal LinkedIn, Next Solution Company LinkedIn. So drop a comment here in the chat and just let us know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what we have at stake. But now, it's a drawing, so you got to stay through all the way to the end, and we promise to make it worthwhile. Okay, so for those that stay through to the end, I'm going to show you what we will be giving away today, courtesy of Next Solution. Thank you, Next Solution, for being so generous and intentional with the gift prizes here today. So maybe it's Aureliano. Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, sure. We're based in Mexico, so what better price from a Mexican company than tequila? So there is a great tequila called Casa Dragones. So at the end, we're going to give that prize to a couple of peoples. But if in the case that you don't drink and you don't like tequila, you can choose an Amazon card. So everything you want, you can have it, and you can have a great tequila in our name.
Yeah, and we would prefer that you pick the gift card because that means we get to keep the tequila. So you take the gift card, we'll keep the tequila, right? Excellent. That's great. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna keep this short, guys. We don't want to keep you around for a long time. We understand it's Friday, and you probably have plans. Some of you are already thinking about Friday night and wrapping up your work week. So we're gonna move through this pretty quickly. But I want to go ahead right now and go into introductions for who we have on the webinar today. Three speakers in particular: Aureliano, Dante, and Rodrigo. So let's start with Aureliano. If you want to go ahead and make just a brief introduction, tell us who you are, what you do, and what you're most excited about.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, my name is Aureliano. I know that it may sound a little bit difficult for you to pronounce my name, but you can call me Aure if that's easier for you. I'm the CEO of Next Solution. We're a Mexican-based company that have been working with 25 years in 25 years in data analytics. So I'm very excited because with AI since last year we have seen a lot of growth, a lot of interests. So I see a lot of companies that wants to do more using AI. They want to implement a lot of business cases, but they don't know how to start. So that's why we are here. We're here to help you to do that. So thank you very much for being here.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, thank you, Aureliano. And Dante, how about you? We'll throw the mic over to you next.
Well, okay. Well, I'm Dante. I'm recently working on HCL Canada, managing technical projects, but I've been working for different companies, fintechs, tech companies, insurance, banking, doing a lot of data analytics roles, basically director, chief data analytics roles. And also I'm professor in different universities, teaching topics from data science, data analytics, data architecture, AI, and that kind of stuff. And I'm about to finish my PhD this year, so that's pretty much it.
So Dante basically does not sleep at all.
Ba-
he may actually be a robot. He's AI himself. Excellent. Thank you, Dante. Man, thanks for joining us and carving out time in your very busy schedule to give away some value today. Rodrigo, last but not least.
Hi, my name is Rodrigo. I've been in the world of data back from 2000, maybe, when I started as a SAP consultant. So I went all my way from SAP, business object, business warehousing, and then I was lucky enough to live this transformational, digital transformation wave. Then it become to business intelligence. Then it become to analytics. So I've been around in big companies uh, applying these transformational changes. So I'm pretty lucky about that.
Hmm. Excellent, Rodrigo. Thanks, man. And where are you right now, anyways?
Right now I'm in Mexico City, baby.
Nice, man. All right. How about them street tacos?
Yeah, taco al pastor is the best whenever you are here in
That's it.
Mexico
Come
City.
on now. I love it. I was there last year. It's an incredible city, and I need to get back there. It's been far too long. But all right, so let's jump in today. We got a couple easy questions that I'm gonna lob you guys, and then I know there's a couple presentations that you guys are gonna pull up and go through. So I'm gonna lob this first one over at Dante. At a very basic level, because sometimes when we say the word, the letters of the word AI, artificial intelligence, there sometimes is some confusion as to what actually is AI and what's not. It's not just automation and data. It's very different from that, and it's actually significantly much more. So just to kind of clear the room and make it really easy for everybody, can you first start by telling us what is AI and what does it help us with?
Yeah, sure. I mean, AI it's being evolving for sure. It's not going to stay the way it is right now, and it's not what it was in the past. So when we initially start with AI, we normally talk about machine learning models, but no, not all machine learning models are able to actually mirror human capabilities. When we actually speak of AI, it's because some kind of human mirroring is it's happening there, right? So it's not only technology, coding, and data applied to predict either classification or regression models, which are the two classes of models, but it's actually taking this into a mechanical, physical phase where the technology is actually doing what we humans can do, like chatbots or other sorts of technologies that we see nowadays. Artificial intelligence right nowadays can create art, create music, programs. So that's what we normally as humans used to do, and now technology is getting better and better on that. So for me, that will be a brief description of what AI is.
Perfect. Yeah. And it's kind of scary actually with, some people, yeah. I mean, I think everybody might have some reservations and fear when it comes to how fast, AI is advancing, and everybody's thinking, oh man, is it going to replace my job? No, but somebody who knows how to use it will, right? So there could be a lot of fear and assumptions around AI, but something that's really really important, and I know is a hot topic for a lot of people, is ensuring integrity and ethics in the use of artificial intelligence. And for the business owners and CEOs that are attending this, this webinar, this live presentation here, how can they ensure that their company is using AI in a way that holds true to their integrity and ethics as a company? How do they develop their own ethics around the use of AI? Practically speaking, can you shed some light on that and help us out with that topic?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the problem with AI is right now we've seen a lot of things going on in terms of, for instance, this Hollywood thing, people and actors complaining about AI taking their jobs because you don't need any kind of artist anymore. They can be replaced, and they can actually have, like, in the best ages, in the younger ages, the same actor. And I mean, it's happening all across industries that people is complaining and being afraid of AI for sure. But the problem is, I mean, it is a technology that probably many people don't understand. And it's hard to regulate and control something that you don't understand. You can see this in governments when going into trials, and what's your AI doing, or what's your platform doing, your Facebook doing. And we saw the Cambridge Analytica use case, right, a few years ago, when pretty much all the data was used to bias this election, and people is being controlled through this data and algorithms. So it's a false feeling of freedom that doesn't exist anymore, because we've been we've been manipulated by algorithms, and we haven't realized what's actually happening, right? When I was working on fintech, a lot of fraud was happening, and the fraudsters are doing this, pretty much replacing your identity, and using AI to scam people, either by phone or by video. And it's hard to actually notice what's AI and what is not AI. So actually, I can share you a video of mine speaking all the language, and I would like you guys to let me know if you can tell if it's me or not me, the one that is speaking, and we can actually debate about what you think about that.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Okay, let me share my screen and let me know if you guys can.
I hope this is a video of you maybe dancing or doing something funny.
Not really, just me talking. Can you see my screen?
Excellent. There you go.
Are you listening at the video?
Here, hit play. Oh, I don't think we're able to hear it.
Yeah, probably some settings here.
Maybe if you can go to the original source and play it from there.
Yeah, probably. Well, nothing much there. It's just me talking in a language that I'm not able to actually.
Oh, were you speaking what, in like Japanese or something?
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can show us the video. I want to take a look at you talking again, because sometimes the body language, you can kind of tell the mannerisms are not quite human like.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's see it. I want to take a look again.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, if you are tuning in, I want to know, have you created your own AI clone yet? I think that's going to be a thing. We're all eventually going to have our own little clones. I just got to get it to do my laundry. That's what I got to figure out. There we go. Let's
虽
see
然
that.
你可能在这里听到我的声
Perfect.
音和
We can hear
图
it.
像，但这不是我，而是黑镇创建的 AI 化身。因为你可能认为这很棒，可以带来巨大的好处，但它也带来了一些与之相关的风险。我们必须负责任并对此进行自我教育。
It's so impressive. I had no idea you spoke Japanese.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
And
I'm guessing it is Japanese, or is that Mandarin?
Mandarin. But
Yeah.
the problem
Wow.
here is
Incredible.
I'm professor, right? So if I put all the content and my face, who can actually tell that I'm not the one giving the classes, for instance, right? So it is for sure.
And that was pretty impressive. Like that looked very realistic. I've seen some pretty bad ones, but that one looked pretty good.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not able to identify myself as an AI on that video. So when I was doing it in my native language or English or whatever, it was hard to me to tell that it was AI. I mean, it captures all of my moves, my expressions and everything. So it's hard.
Wow. Yeah, incredible. Well, aside from there's now we're having a little bit of fun today. There's some obvious use cases for technology like that as well. But I'm curious, as far as specific use applications go of artificial intelligence, and I know you have a background in the financial sector and fintech, um, which which machine learning techniques are commonly employed for purposes like fraud detection and credit risk evaluation?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, credit models have been evolving a lot because it's not like the traditional credit score, just based on the credit score telling you if I'm going to give you the credit or not. It's more also about double checking that it's you. So we also use video, computer vision algorithms to double check that it's you. We also use a lot of technologies are being used on fraud detection. If you're doing, for instance, if you're requesting a credit and it's not your actual location, we can actually spotlight that you are not on the location that your identification it's actually displaying. We can validate the identification against your face, against the video. All those sort of things are happening in financial industry, and it's very important because a lot of fraud it's happening. It's on the billions, right? The amount
Yeah.
of frauds that are happening. And also it's not only about the institution having these layers of security and validation, but it's also about the user having the education about how to use the multi-factor authentication, how to use safe passwords, how to avoid suspicious websites. We've been seeing scams about just one click and your phone is totally hacked, right? So it is about education. It's not only about on the institution side, but the weakest piece of this chain is normally humans. So we have to be educated on that.
Hmm. Yeah, and I know you prepared a couple examples in a presentation. Did you want to maybe take a second and run through some of those examples for us?
Yeah, it's just a short video just to show us a little bit of how scamming is happening. It's not a video
Mm-hmm.
itself, it's just a YouTube video, but I'd like to share it with you guys.
Yeah, perfect.
Let me know if you can see my screen now.
There we go. I'm gonna throw it up on the. There you go.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. It's me, Ella. Well, a digital version of me. Just a bit older. Amazing what technology can do these days, isn't it? All you need are a couple of pictures, like the ones you share on social media, where they can be taken and used by everybody. I know, for you, these pictures are just memories. But for others, they are data. And for me, maybe the beginning of a horrible future. A future where my identity can be stolen just like that. Where I can go to prison for things that I would never do. Imagine my credit score being destroyed, Dad. Or my voice copied to scam you, Mom. Mom, I'm in trouble. I need you to send me money, please. I don't want to become a meme, humiliated by everyone at school.
Kill yourself, you fucking loser.
And I certainly don't want this. What you share online is like a digital footprint that will follow me around for the rest of my life. I'm telling you this because I know you love me and would never do anything to harm me. So please, Mom, please, Dad, protect my virtual privacy.
Yep. So it's just a video showing that a life was destroyed, credit score was destroyed, and she's not that age, right? She's young.
Yeah.
But just by uploading a picture on social media, you're pretty much at this point, ruining someone else's lives, right? Probably your kids' lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that I want to, not on a future, I think a future live, it might be really helpful, but this opens up another entirely different topic around, what are the implications of that and best practices for parents? This is talking about parents and their kids. And certainly there's some, some conversations to be had in that arena, but also for, again, keeping it focused on business. Like, are there some steps that business owners should be taking, or leaders within companies to protect? Like, the same thing can happen to anybody, right? Anybody, not just a child and their parents. Are there some, again, maybe some practices or some steps or some guardrails that leaders within companies can take to protect their people that, are working for their companies and in their businesses?
Yeah, it's been a challenge in financial services because I have both perspectives, the fintech and the traditional banking system. And the main challenge is that for huge institutions, there's still technical debt, there's still manual processes, there's still a lot of a backlog to catch up, and actually to be up to date on this kind of topic. So it is a huge challenge for sure, because it's not just one effort. It's about your whole operation. It's about the entire applications and your bank itself. We've heard about people being scammed in the millions. A CFO that was on a video that it wasn't actually the CFO, but it was just an AI CFO, and then one of the folks within the team was doing this 25 million transfer. So it's happening across internal, external. So yeah, it's hard to catch up for a lot of institutions for sure. And the challenge here is we really need to change mindset. It is not about only just hiring someone and having an AI algorithm and one thing it's done. It's about your operation. It's about systems. I mean, Excel is the most used tool in this AI era, which is crazy because it's not an AI tool. It's not an analytical formal tool. I mean, it's actually causing breaches, data quality issues, but that's the tool that most people within organizations is using. So look at the gap between the technical depth and the Excel knowledge against AI knowledge and scammers and fraudsters. So we really need to change mindset at this point for sure.
And I think a lot of this, and we're talking about a couple things here. We're talking about data, of course. We're talking about company culture. Developing a culture within a company that is forward thinking and not reactive. Right? You're here saying we should be proactive in the fight to ensure that we're protecting our employees, our companies, our data, which our customers trust us with. And it really is it is a culture that companies need to adopt, is having that mindset. So Aureliano, I want to kind of throw this over to you. How does a company start a data culture? What does that mean to you, and give us some thoughts?
The data culture mean, right? Okay, let me share as Dante makes. Let me share also my a couple of slides I prepared. Hold on, please. Okay, let me start previously with data culture. Why do we want to have a data culture? I think that first of all, companies want answers. I want to know which are my best customers, which products do I need to sell, to whom, where, how can I improve my operations, how can I improve my cash flow. That's what we all want in our business. Small, large business, doesn't matter. We want answers so we can have more money at the end, right? So for that, all the companies have data in their ERPs, have data in the CRMs. So they won't be able to use that data using analytics. So the issue here is that we have a lot of data. We have a lot of data in our ERPs. We have a lot of data in our CRMs. There is also a lot of data in the social media, and we want to use analytics like for creating dashboards, for making machine learning models, so we can correlate variables and understand what's happening in our company. And using that combination with data, the right data with the right analytics, the company's got a competitive advantage. And that's where they become what is known as a data-driven company. And what is a data-driven company? For me, a data-driven company is a company that uses data analytics to make decisions at all levels of organization. And that's very important, because that's not only for the CEO or the VPs. That's for everyone that needs to make a decision in every department in the company. And it's very important, because with that data, with that decisions, they want to improve their sales. They want to delight the customers. They want to be able to create more innovative products and deliver a better service. But the issue here is that I have been doing this for about 30 years. And most of the time what happens is that there is a lot of focus in technology, and I know that technology is important, and a data-driven company needs the right technology, but also needs the right culture, because at the end, the people is the one that use that technology and are the ones that need to know how to use the data to improve the results of the business. So how to improve it? And I'm going to finish with this slide. First of all, there needs to be business alignment. What that means? Technology has to be used to some end. And at the end, I want to use technology to understand my customers. I want to use technology to improve my operations and to be more profitable. So first of all, you have to define what's the purpose of using data and analytics. Second one, data has to be able to be accessed by everyone, and that's called data democratization. And so the people in all the company needs to be able to use that information to make decisions all around the departments. Also, it's very important to have data literacy programs, so everyone knows how to analyze data, integrate data, clean it, and also how to communicate that data to the rest of the companies, to the stakeholders, to the directors. But all the data needs to be governed, and I don't want to be very deep with this, but there needs to be rules, so all the people just have the right data that they need to use. Things like security, like Dante showed before. And I think that something that is quite important, and we say this to a lot of our customers, that it needs to be executive commitment. This belongs with the leaders. The leaders need to be convinced that data is going to be able to help them, and so they are going to bring all the resources that the company needs and move the company from a traditional company to a data-driven company.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. How can we foster a deeper understanding of the importance of data throughout the organization?
Well, as I told you, I think that everything belongs with leadership, but there are some things that I have seen with a lot of my customers. Everything begins with education and communication. People need to know what data-driven means and how to use that data. And that begins with, let me show another slide I have, and that's the only one slide that I'm going to show additionally to this. And that's what I was calling before data literacy. So people need to learn how to use data. They need to learn how to read data. They need to learn how to work with data. A lot of people know how to do that because they made a lot of things in Excel. They clean the data, sort it, and they make a lot of analysis in Excel. But when you have millions and millions of rows and a lot of data sources, and you need to have that information updated every day, that's not possible in Excel anymore. But it's very important also how to communicate that data. There is a methodology called storytelling with data, where the people learn how to communicate stories using data. That's something that I recommend a lot. So just start educating the people around these things. Something that I have seen is you create data champions. You create a couple of persons, so you select a couple of persons in the company that are the ones that knows more how to use data, that are more motivated, and they like how to use it, so they can be able to learn and then teach to the rest of the organization to use it. Another one is make incentives, create contests, share the benefit that you have in your department with the other departments, and create a community in your company so everyone knows what are the benefits and how they can use their data, learning from the mistakes and from the things that they may write in other departments. That's what I have seen a lot of our customers.
Typically, when you work with companies, usually like what size are they, and which departments or decision makers within the companies or stakeholders do you work with?
Well, actually, we work with all sizes of companies. I think more medium and large companies is our large market. But when I started working with this in 1993. That's what I tell you. I have almost 30 years working with
A
this.
couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years. I was 3 years
ago.
at that time, but I was.
Yeah, exactly. You were just a baby.
Yeah.
You started in the
I
nursery.
was just a baby, yeah. But at that time, usually the projects were with sales and with finance.
Yeah.
But right now, we have projects with all departments because all departments are aware that they need to use the data. So we have projects in supply chain, HR, in the case of banks and insurance, in risk management. So every decision that they make can have a big impact in the company. So I think that right now, more than selecting departments or industries or sizes, is to understand how the use of data and analytics is going to help the company, as I has been telling, to improve the sales and to improve the bottom line of the company.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know we're also going to be giving a couple of spots. We're going to open up a couple spots for people to have you come and give a workshop on data. Can you give us maybe a preview of that workshop and what are some things that you typically cover in a workshop? Because it sounds like I think you know what you're talking about. You got a few things that you can teach and help companies with.
Yeah, most of the companies have something in place right now. A lot of companies have been creating data warehouses, dashboard reports. Some of them are already working with AI and machine learning initiatives. So a lot of companies are coming to us and tell us, I am here, but I don't know what's next. I don't know if what I have is the right technology. I don't know if I have the right skills, and I want to move next. Some other companies doesn't have almost anything, and they came to us and tell us, I need some help to understand how I can use data and analytics in my company. So we have a workshop that we have been delivering with a couple of customers, and what we do in that workshop is first we teach them what is data analytics, what are the benefits, different use cases, so they can learn how to use it for sales, finance, supply chain, risk management, how they can use artificial intelligence, machine learning in different kinds of ways of the company. The other thing that we do at the end is we have a workshop, a discussion where we talk about the business priorities and how they can use data to impact the business and improve the business based on that priorities. So like an example, I have a customer that they don't know how, but they want to sell more. And he told us, how can I use data to sell more? And at the end, we understand that if we can use their data to segment their customers and understand which products and promotions are the right ones for each of them, we can improve the sales in X percentage. So that's something that we have been doing, and the companies have been very happy with the results. And that's something that we are going to give for free for some companies at the end that want to work with us in that way.
Excellent. Very generous. The link, if you are interested in requesting Aureliano to come and give you a free workshop. Again, we have 3 spaces we're gonna open up for him to come and give that workshop to your company. The link should be somewhere in the comments wherever you're viewing this feed. That link is right there. Just fill out the form, couple questions, and then they will follow up to discuss the workshop and any potential scheduling. Very generous of you. Thank you, Aureliano, for opening those up. Awesome. We're going to jump over to Rodrigo, who's been chilling over there in the background while we've been doing a lot of talking. Brother, your office looks good, man.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. It's very comfortable and sunny. I just want to catch up with both Dante's point and Aureliano point. So you were talking about guardrails. So, and there's also a responsibility in how we're going to apply the rules, how we're going to comply, and what are the risks as a person and as a company. And that's where governance and data governance come into it. You were speaking on how can we protect, how can we be shield against hackers, how can we be shield against new rules, how can we be flexible, how can we be rapid and dynamic. And that's what a good governance and good foundation would give you. And that also helps you to give flexibility. I really enjoy how Dante made the point of right now everything that you publish into the internet will be it's your digital footprint, and also it's uh, risk. People that know data know how to exploit that risk and that vulnerabilities. And you don't need that much of a technology. You don't need that much of an infrastructure. It's just the knowledge, and it's common knowledge that it's in the internet. So going back to my
Yep.
point of governance, that is part, and the maturity and the culture. It is training the people. It is creating this process that help you track and react in case of a vulnerability. It's being, don't fight against that new technology, just embrace it and be flexible without losing your core. I think that's where I wrap up Aureliano comment about the culture,
Mm.
and Dante Dangers about how fast and how companies do not want to really talk about this because it's hard. It's a change management issue. How can how can we become flexible? How can we become and create some extra revenue if we don't have the tools, process, and people put into? I think that is a challenge right now. I think that's the main question, and that's why the assessment on where we at and where we want to be, it's so important. It's
Mm.
playing, and it's responsibility to the company, for the employees, and to the final user. And if you want to
Yep.
survive, I'm talking about surviving, not gaining more market share. If you want to survive, you need to start thinking on what are you doing today. How is your transformation in terms of technology and process and people adapting, because it comes with a cost. Having this
Mm.
innovation, having this robust technology, it comes with a cost of people. It comes with a cost of knowledge transfer, and it's not easy. And also want to go
Mm.
back to your question that is AI going to replace me? No, it's not going to replace you. It's only that work is shifting. You will need to learn new skills as
Yep.
the Excel with our parents. I remember back in the days with my dad was doing accounting in paper, and it came Excel, and he needed to learn how to do Excel. He never lost his job as an accountant. It only shift to software, but first to Excel and then to software. So I think that's what we need to be prepared as companies. Are we ready for the next wave of technology? Are we adaptable enough? I don't know, Dante, what do you think?
I
Yeah.
think, I mean, statistics show that we are not ready. I mean, if you see Accenture's, McKinsey's studies, they show that only 6% of companies in the world are digitally mature. And the problem with that is it means that the only 94%, there's a 94 chance that your company has technical debt, that your company, they are not switching into data citizenship, which is, rather than having the traditional finance guy, now you have finance analytics guys. Rather than having the traditional HR roles, now you're having people analytics roles. And those roles are evolving, as you said, Rodrigo. So the problem is many companies are not catching up on evolving into those roles, avoiding manual stuff, adopting new technology, and doing things differently, for sure. Yeah, it is a problem, for sure.
And I put into that a statistic, the proof of concept, right? How many proof of concepts will never go into production, and they will always, companies will ask, why did I fail? Why I was not able to deploy? And that's also alarming because there's a 94%, as Dante say, of improvement. So imagine what 2%, 5% of enhancement will represent for you as a company if you do these changes. That is amount of a lot of money. And right now, I think it's not as costly as it used to be. So it's really easy.
Yeah, and the problem, Rodrigo, also is the statistics is 87% of models, AI models, never go into production, right? And the problem is, it's not hiring a data scientist with all this technical debt that it will be sold. You need the architecture, the governance, the quality. It's a whole package. I always say you don't have an airport with a pilot. You also need obviously the airplane, but obviously the infrastructure, the runway, the control tower, and all the crew. So it's not a one-man show, and that's why many companies are hiring wrongly data scientists, and they are not like happy with them because it's not working, or they just buy the technology and they don't know how to use it. But it's like buying a Ferrari and pushing the Ferrari rather than knowing how to actually drive it.
That you were right. Let me real quick show a slide that I had that wraps up that, and we answer also, I think, and I'll answer. Give me 1 second. Let me present.
I'd still take a Ferrari even if I had to push it, man. I'd just like to have a Ferrari. That'd be cool.
Agree on that.
I'll take it.
And this is what you say, Dante. I'm totally agree with you. Like, it's about the application. It's about having the platforms. It's about having the correct data sources and the tools. And this is how governance and all this process and all these guidelines will also help you. Data protection, as you mentioned, this cataloging in manufacturing and finance is really important. The catalogs, nobody really knows what we're doing with the business rules, but that's where it comes. And I always like to say, I always like how it happens. Like, companies say, I want AI. Yeah, but you don't even have your business rule map. It's not a process that you can just turn a switch. It's a journey. So I really enjoy this slide because it's when you can have the KPI metrics, the data quality, all the nice things that you mentioned. And the reason I bring this is because when you jump too fast into creating MLs or LLMs or AI, there's been, in my experience, this miscommunication between the layers about they start creating analytics platforms outside of the enterprise architecture, and that brings troubles for what I see. And it's better to take the white elephant into pieces. And that's all I want to share with the people and with you guys about all that we are talking on the nice applicable part of the pragmatic part about governance plans, that it's really something that you should start looking as an enterprise.
Well, excellent. Thank you, Rodrigo. We had a question come in from a Sergio. I'm not sure who this is, but we're going to put this up here on the screen. And I thought it might be relevant for maybe Aureliano, if you wanted to answer this question. How can partnering with data experts like Next Solution transform our team's approach to data, turning it into actual insights that drive growth and innovation? That was a long question.
Yeah.
I'll let you take it.
I love the question. Okay, yeah. I'm going to divide it in three. First, we help the companies to create or build a solid data foundation. All the technical things that they need to do to integrate and clean the data, data engineering, defining the right infrastructure, the right architecture, define the data quality and data governance processes. So they have that data ready to be analyzed. The second one is obviously to create all the dashboards, machine learning models, AI applications that help the company to make decisions. But beyond that, we help the companies to create the data culture. And I think that's something that has been a good differentiation for us, for our customers, because we help them not only to create the technical side of the equation, but also the data culture. So we are helping companies in training and development, creating the skills that the users need, helping them in change data management, and also in creating all the data strategy, like I told you, the one that I delivered in that workshop, but based on the business priority and the business models, we help them to define which are the use cases that are more able to deliver in which time, and define that roadmap that they need to implement that. So that's something that we have been doing with a lot of customers, and they have been very happy working with us with that.
Excellent. That's great. There's one more question I just wanted to maybe kind of wrap things up with. All of this sounds like a lot of effort, right? There's a lot of effort. You can't be lazy when it comes to implementing some of the things that we're talking about today. So what could be the expected return on investment, time, energy, resources when implementing data governance tools and techniques inside of companies? I'm just going to open up to the floor of whoever wants to take that one.
Yeah, probably I would like to jump on that one, because you cannot see data projects as an return on investment always project for many reasons, right? If you look at Amazon, they start to measure return on failure, right? Opening to actually is not everything going to be return on investment for many reasons. I would say that the first one is if you are with a lot of technical debt, so probably you are not in zero, you're in minus something. So just to get on zero, it will be a lot of money, and you wouldn't see any return, right, at that point. So that's one thing. Another thing is it is not always a financial perspective in terms of investment, because if you want to see like the results of AI, it is all the way, after a good implementation, governance. And I used to work at Yahoo, and then I moved to other companies that were less mature, right? And people say, I want what Yahoo has, right? The type of algorithms that Yahoo uses. But of course, the first question is, okay, are you investing the same amount of money that in terms of proportion, right? Your operating revenue, how much of your operating revenue it's being invested in technology? Is it a 2-digit investment or a 0.0 something investment? So obviously you cannot have the same expectations. So it is about reasonable expectations. It is about understanding your actual situation. You have to have, like Aureliano mentions, like the assessment of your current state. So what's your reality? What can you do? What can you expect? And it's not always going to be return on investment. Probably it's going to be just a better user experience that it end up having return on investment. But yeah, you have to change your perspective. AI and machine learning and data is not always return on investment.
Yeah, I think that's very important, because a lot of companies used to wait to see what other companies were waiting to do. So I don't do nothing before someone has some results, and then they learn, and then I follow. The issue is that right now they can wait. The issue is that if a company right now is creating, as Rodrigo says, some POCs or is investigating how to use AI in their company, and I have seen that in a lot of companies. They don't know how, but they want to do something. But they are start working, they are defining different ideas and start testing. And at the end, they are going to have, I know, a couple of projects that are going to have an impact in the company. But if you start once they have something in place, you are behind them 2, 3, or 4 years, and you are not going to be able to catch up. So as Dante says, not everything is ROI, but you need to start investing in AI and data, so you are moving faster than your competitors.
And I also would
Do you
like
have?
to add, sorry, Matt.
No,
I
go
also
ahead.
would like to add, what is the opportunity cost of not having it? That's better than that ROI. It's what would I be in terms of customer experience, of lead times, or time to market products, of not doing anything? How much market share we are lose if I'm not starting to move forward this new technology? And the best example for me is back in the 90s, having a website was like a luxury. Oh, I want to have my website. And people think, no, nobody's going to do a website. Now there's no single business that do not create a website, because it's part of it's the new standard. And that's where AI and ML is going to come to. Small startups are using to improve efficiency and operations with MLs. It's more easy, but that is becoming the new standard. That's something that it has to be embedded on the management and leaders in their ADN. That's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was something you said, Aureliano, that, and what the point that you're making, Rodrigo, too, is the opportunity cost. When we're talking about getting left behind, because that's a fear that every business owner is, thinking about, at least, not every day, but at least, every week. Who's, looking over your shoulder, like who's coming up behind me? Like, how much faster do I need to drive to stay ahead of my competition? With all the things that we're talking about, data analytics, AI, what is that speed? Like, you just sit back and do nothing for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months? Like, how much time has to transpire in order for you to start losing ground? I'm curious, because I know technology is advancing. I don't know how fast, but it's pretty quick, pretty darn quick. So what are we talking here? Like a week, a month, a year?
The last year with ChatGPT was hours. You were start talking about something, and then you hear about another news. So I think this is moving really, really, really fast. And I was reading a book that I know that is off topic right now, but that they say that when there are some venture capital investors that they invest in a lot of companies, usually most of them doesn't deliver the profitability they expected, but they have one or two companies that deliver so large profitability that makes for all the investment they have. And I see it, and I was thinking about this. You are creating prototypes, you are creating things, you are learning, you are reading, and you are testing, and maybe a lot of those efforts are not going nowhere. But at the end, one of those are going to change your business, are going to make a really, really, really big impact in your company. So I think that there is no way to catch up, but you need to be moving fast as you can.
Yeah, really good. We've had a couple questions come in. I know we're coming up to an hour here, so I certainly want to be respectful of everybody's time, but maybe we'll take this one question from Nicolas. How to decide which is the right AI tool to implement? Is this part of your consultancy to address the issue? Can you help businesses make clarity over which AI tools they should be using and which ones maybe they shouldn't?
Yeah, and most of the times, as I told you, the issue is not the tool. And something that I have been talking a lot with some customers is, what is AI for them? Because for some of them, AI is data science. For a lot of them is ChatGPT. For some others is something that I don't know what it is, but sounds intelligent and I want it. So I try to understand what they're expecting, and from that point, make the right recommendation based on what they want to accomplish.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, guys, thank you so much for carving out some time to join us and share all of your knowledge about data and analytics and AI. This was a fun conversation. For those who weren't here at the beginning, again, I'm going to revisit two things. We want to give away some tequila, okay? and or a gift card. Well, actually, we would rather give away the gift card. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a draw for all of those that registered and attended. If you didn't attend, sorry, you'll have to attend the next one. But for those that attended live, we're going to be doing a drawing, and then we'll reach out to the person or people who won. And then also the other thing that I'm going to leave you guys with is the free workshop. The form is available probably in the comments section. We'll be sending it out as well to everybody who registered, and give them the opportunity to fill out the form and request that Aureliano come out and give this free workshop. You're going to get a ton of value. It is free. Not free for him, but he is willing to do that as a show of good faith and just give out as much value as he possibly can with all of his few years of experience. 1993, when he was a baby. So yeah, this is great. Any final thoughts, guys?
I guess don't be afraid. Start small, learn fast, and fail. I think that would be my advice. Dante?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that education is the best ally we have. So educate yourself. It's the most important thing you have to do. You don't have to be afraid. And it's not about just catching up for the sake of catching up. It's important to define your strategy. It's important to define what's impacting your business, for instance, in terms of fraud, in terms of customer experience. It's important to understand technology. And what I always say, it's not the algorithm, it's the data. If you don't have the data, no algorithm, no tool will help you with anything. So you need to have your data first. So it's a data first mentality all the time. The same algorithm that Google is using, the same neural nets that you can use. It's not about the algorithm. It's all about the data. So just take that as my main, takeaway out of this. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, Dante.
Yeah, and I would like to build from what Dante says. It's very important to have clean data, but you have to start. You can start with something. And as Rodrigo says, also don't be afraid. I think there is an advantage that there is a lot of technology available right now that is free or near free if you want to start. And you can call us if you want to know which is the next best step for you. It doesn't matter where you are. We can make the right recommendation to you. So don't feel afraid to talk with us. And as Jessica says in his message, tequila rules, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Jessica. All right, excellent. Thank you so much, guys. And again, for those that are viewing, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any one of the speakers here today. You can reach them on LinkedIn. Their LinkedIn usernames are available on the sign up page that we used for this event. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys again. If you missed, again, this is I'm sure you're going to watch on the replay if you didn't catch it live, but we'll be doing these again very soon. So stay tuned. Follow Next Solution. Thank you, Next Solution, for sponsoring and hosting this event. Be sure to follow the company page and reach out to any one of our experts today if you have any questions. They're here to help. So thanks, guys. Happy Friday. Y espero que tengan un buen fin de semana.
Eso.
Gracias.
Hey, hey.
Gracias, Matt. Thank you, everyone.